Now we're coming up to the 4th of July and we're on now, guys. The chats.
We're just on the chat.
What better way to celebrate than with savoury muffins inspired by chef to 3 US presidents, Kathy Whitehouse Buckley.
Trying to keep in with her this week. Lizzy Lyons from Lizzy's Little Kitchen in Listowel is here to make these potato flour muffins with her own twist on them. As you go, Lizzy, just tell us a little bit of the story about this Karen Buckley from Listowel who cooked for the president.
So, Kathy Buckley, she's from Listowel, from William Street. We're getting some potato flour in here now. And when she was in her 20s, she moved down to Waterville in Kerry, and she started working for a local family there as a trainee cook. And while she was there, JP Morgan of Morgan Bankers visited this particular local house, and he was so impressed with her cooking that he asked her to move to America with him and become a cook for them. So she moved over to Connecticut, and while she was there, another incoming president to the White House, she met him, and his name was?
Calvin Coolidge?
Yes.
And this was back in the 20s?
Yes, exactly. So she then moved to the White House and started working in the White House for him. And they were so impressed and liked her so much that she looked after the next 2 presidents that came in, Roosevelt and...
Your favourite?
There you go. Hoover.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell us what you've done there.
Crazy story.
Yeah, really nice story. And I met the local historian and he was telling me all about it. And apparently my grandfather's neighbours, 2 fields over, actually moved over and got jobs in the White House as well.
As well?
Yeah.
And this recipe, you actually received it from a relative or
yes,
of Kathy's, didn't you?
exactly, yeah. So we got some flour in here. I've changed it around. Potato flour, yeah, just to kind of suit this day kind of our taste buds. We've got some rice flour in there. I've some smoked paprika and herbs and a bit of bread soda, and I'm getting in some cheddar cheese.
Ooh, lovely.
And this is gluten-free.
Potato flour is obviously wheat-free, so that's widely available, right?
Yeah, exactly. You could get it in your local supermarket or any health food store. So we've got the cheese in it, and we're going to give that a mix up. So that's all our dry mix there. And
would you use that to make potato bread or potato farls or anything like that? Or
you could, but you're probably better to use mashed potato for that as well, yeah.
Duly noted.
Yes. Now you could use...
buy them in a pack.
They're lovely for people who don't exactly... Look at that, we got a 2-yolk egg.
Oh, wow! Twins!
I'm so happy.
Can you believe it?
They'd be great now for poaching, wouldn't they? Just
They
as
would,
long as
actually,
they were
yeah.
running.
So
You'd probably charge double in the restaurant, though, would you?
Yeah. You might eat them if they weren't running.
I think he eats everything that you make, to be fair.
They do indeed.
So
Harry Truman, actually. Harry Truman was the president after Roosevelt.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I didn't remember.
Brushing up on your history?
No, I was just thinking about it there. We'll have texts in.
So we've got some vegetable oil and some 2 eggs, and we've got a cup of buttermilk. And we're going to give them a whisk up again. But it's a really interesting story.
Brilliant story.
Yeah.
So would you work for Donald?
I prefer to cook for our very own Higgins. I love Michael D. He reminds
Such
me
a gentleman.
He reminds me of my dad, and I'm sure he'd eat anything you give him, I'd say.
Michael D.
Yeah.
You think?
That's a good
I
point,
think so.
actually,
Because he's so polite.
Yeah, he would never, he wouldn't insult you, or he just...
I love the fact that
You've met him, though, haven't you?
I interviewed him last year. I had an hour in his company at the Oris.
Did you ask him what he liked to eat?
No. I had a list of questions, and that wasn't one of them.
Will you find out for me?
Well, we're not still in touch, Lizzy. I'd love to be, but he's blanking my calls, funnily enough.
Now, so we're going to give that a mix up.
OK.
Just fold it through.
What I love about these is that they're savoury muffins, but they are perfect for breakfast or, even more importantly, on the go.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice boxes.
Nice, healthy eggs, potato flour, gluten-free.
So what we're doing next?
Now, we're now going to get this into our prepared muffin tin.
Right?
It doesn't take long, I presume, the oven.
We never used to call them muffins when we were growing up. They were just buns.
Buns, yeah. And we get people in as well. Can I have some of those nice buns, Lizzy? Yeah.
Well, buns would be the sweet little fairy cake buns.
Yeah,
though, no?
that's exactly.
Buns
more savoury.
Buns basically uncovered everything that was done in these little paper things. No matter what, they were buns.
So we have our oven on, preheated to 180.
OK.
And we're not filling them up too much because they can be quite, they're filling, and they'll rise up. And look at
How long does it go in for?
Now, we leave them in for 25 to 30 minutes at 180, just waiting for them to brown nicely like this.
Should we stick a skewer in just to make sure they're not
Exactly.
a bit moist on the inside?
Yeah.
So these are going to be cheesy, potato-y.
Cheesy, potatoey,
Bites of
savoury.
loveliness.
Yeah, and we'll bang those into the oven. And I just have two that are a little bit heated up here for you.
No. And would you...
Yeah.
Are these things to be eaten on the go? Would you serve them with a breakfast, with a couple of poached eggs? Or,
Yeah, they would be lovely for breakfast in the morning if you cut through it.
Yeah, people be so impressed we made such an effort.
Yeah, exactly. So they were made at
actually
4
looks
this
like
morning.
muffins.
Yeah, they were really nice. Yeah.
What are you doing next time for us? You're making couscous.
We're making some really nice brined chicken, and then we're roasting it, and we're having it with some roasted vegetable couscous.
Sounds
Green for curry today.
This is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, they're
Very
so
nice.
good.
Yeah, they're lovely, aren't they?
Donald, get on the blower.
Really
Got a
lovely.
cook for you.
Love
Great
that. Very
stuff,
light
Lizzy.
as
Thank
well.
you very
See you
much.
later
Thanks
on,
very much
Lizzy.
for that.